Do it on a dime here. So several of you have requested a video about how I organize my mail and sort my mail. And just so you know, this process is nothing earth-shattering or something that, I don't know, is super out of the ordinary, but since many of you guys asked, I wanted to share it with you guys. I sort our mail on a daily basis. So I go ahead and separate the junk things or things I want to recycle from the things that are important and I want to remember to file later. And this 30-second to 1-minute investment is really important for later on in the week when I go to file things permanently. But the rest of this information I'm going to put into this container here, which is a really fast process for me. So here's an up-close look at what my system looks like. I originally got the 3 file folders in here, the idea for it from a YouTuber named Alejandra Costello. She has a lot more files in her system, but I just really part it down to make it work for our family, which I think you have to do with any organizing. I have one for to file. I have one for bills to pay. And then I have a call, ask, cancel folder. So things that I need to actually take an action on at some point during the week. And I think for us, anything that we could possibly need to file boils down to those 3 things. So basically, I spend just a couple of minutes a day organizing things and putting them away in the to file. And then I'm going to take out the to file section and I'm going to file it away at the end of the week. I think that the filing system that you use matters. I think the trouble that a lot of us can get into, and I was totally there before I switched to the Freedom Filer, was all of this mail that's accumulated and piled up. We tend to file based on the category. So for example, this one here is a grass treatment receipt. So if I had a file in my system that was for lawn care, I would stick this under lawn care, and then what would happen? The next month I would stick it under lawn care. Next month I would stick it under lawn care. The month after that, the month after that, and pretty soon a year goes by. And then what happens? Your lawn care file is like this big, and you're like, why am I saving all this stuff? Things like a lawn care receipt, there's no reason you would need to hold on to this for more than, I don't know, 2 years at most. So let me take you guys over and show you kind of how the system looks. If you've seen my Freedom Filer video, you've seen a few of these things, but I'll kind of re-explain it for those of you who haven't seen it. And you don't have to have the Freedom Filer system to make this. You can just make it on your own. It's a lot cheaper. So, yeah. So here's the inside of my file cabinet, and the main thing that I wanted to show you guys is organizing at least part of your files by month. So January to December. Have one for an odd year and have one for an even year. So that way you can store things like petty receipts, lawn care receipts, paint receipts, more or less small purchases by the month. So they're easily accessible. You can find them. You aren't creating extra files and more work for yourself later. Because that way, every 2 years, you just clean out what's in each of those file folders. So it's a self-cleansing system. So I just go through and I put the vast majority, honestly, of the items that I need, quote unquote, to file go in these January to December, and since it's 2012, even year. Some of my items go in other files for the Freedom Filer. If you guys want to check out my video for that, you can see what other things it stores. But like I said, most of the things are going to go in the January to December file. And then I just take the manila envelope and put it back on the desk. So here's my side entry, and I figured you guys would want to see how I organize outgoing mail. So this table I actually got at Walmart. I got the table, the lamp, and the mirror for 15 bucks. It was crazy cheap. But this mail organizer, it came from the Goodwill, y'all. It was $1.99, and I spray painted it with black chalkboard spray paint. And it was really easy to do. It just took me a couple of minutes, but Goodwill has tons of these types of things. It was just like an ugly wood before. And I wrote on it with some chalk. I wrote mail and a little heart, but I could write notes to my husband or anything I wanted to put on there, and it looks pretty cute. So I just use this for any outgoing mail, anything that needs to be taken out to the mailbox, I will put in here. So as you can see, I have some checks that are in here, and I also have a letter that needs to get mailed out. And in this drawer, I like to keep stamps, and I just lined the bottom of the drawer with some wrapping paper. I think this wrapping paper came from the Container Store in a paisley pattern, but it just adds a cute pop of color to the bottom of the drawer, and I think it looks really nice.